What's up?
Just a minute, Gracie. Why don't you take a seat? All right. Fun time's over. I want to know what's going on, and I want to know now.
I have no idea what you mean.
Nor I.
Then let me give you a clue. Earlier today, I had a certain unpublished manuscript in my room. Someone took that manuscript, and that someone was... Mosley. Shortly afterwards, it was stolen from the first thief by Madeleine Bouthane. The second thief couldn't hold on to it either. It was stolen for the third time by Vittorio Buccelli.
And the third thief disposed of it by... burying it.
Really?
Yep.
But this is slanderous. You cannot prove a word.
Yeah. He can prove it. Every one of you left prints.
Santa cielo.
Merde.
I admit it. I did take the manuscript, but I didn't do it for my own personal gain or anything. I'm CIA.
Aha! That explains it.
Outrageous!
God, Mose. Congrats.
Thanks.
Mademoiselle Bouthane, what's your excuse?
I do not know what you mean.
Don't you? Let's consider the fact that you have way too much equipment for a tour guide.
But I am technically minded.
And lethal. My guess is French Internal Secret Service.
You are much too smart for your own good.
Oh, and you, Signore? Or should I call you Father?
It is not illegal for a priest to travel without a collar.
Oh, but you're not just a priest, are you? You came on a train from Rome, yet you lied. You said it was Naples. Why tell such a pointless fabrication unless you were hiding something? Like the fact that you're with the Vatican.
That is not a crime either.
But stealing manuscripts is.
Perhaps it is time for you to reveal your secrets, Gabriel.
Sure. I'm a private investigator. I'm here about the kidnapping of Prince James of Albany's infant son.
James Stewart's son has been kidnapped?
When did this happen?
You really didn't know? Either of you?
No.
Certamente no. I came only to report on any activity in the area. The Vatican feels that there are certain subversive parties who are trying to fabricate stories. Perhaps even go so far as to stage certain finds. Plant material. Naturally, the church is anxious that anything of the sort be prevented and exposed.
Perhaps you are right, Signore. But we believe that there is something buried near Rennes-le-Château.
That's why you were given this assignment?
I have been watching Rennes-le-Château for a few years now. There are certain political interests involved. Interests which might not be working for the long-term stability of the present French government. Besides, if there is an archaeological discovery to be made here, such findings should be controlled by the French authorities. We want to make sure nothing gets smuggled out without our knowing.
I thought you needed excavation permits to do any serious digging.
Hypothetically, but several parties have applied for permits. We can only deny them for so long.
Mose?
The CIA thinks there's something going on over here with the Freemasons, the Priory, and the Knights of Malta. You name it. We've got to make sure our interests are being protected. You know, the good old US of A. Oh, they sent me on a tour as a kind of an audition, I guess. They didn't want anybody with legit CIA credentials. You know, anyone who could be traced. But I'll probably be starting full-time when I get back.
And the digging, monsieur?
Oh, intelligence got that tip from somewhere. I was just supposed to, check it out.
So it was the CIA who infiltrated our computer system. We thought it was the Priory. It is not the first theory we have had, I am afraid. Our cipher experts work on it when they can. And it appears this was another failed attempt. Right, monsieur?
I sure didn't find anything.
And now we can go, yes? I assume you have not found your kidnapper among us?
Doesn't look it.
You were very masterful, but you have not gotten everything from me yet. Perhaps you should come by my room and try a little harder, hmm?
And I always thought the idea of chastity belts was cruel and sexist. I finally get it.
I doubt they invented one strong enough for Madeline. Thanks for finding the manuscript. Where was it?
Bukele buried it out in the valley. I saw his moped from Blanchford.
Good job, Grace. As usual.
Prince James is at the Villa Bethania. He wants to see you.
I bet.
And there's some real progress on the treasure. With Sydney, I was able to...
I'll, come up later, okay?
Suit yourself.
Have you noticed anything peculiar going on with the guests?
Besides the Mademoiselle Butane, the guests are all of the foreign persuasion. Peculiar is not a word Jean allows himself, compris?
I do appreciate your returning the manuscript, Mr. Knight.
If I'd known what Mr. Sinclair here was up to, I wouldn't have taken it in the first place.
Well, what's done is done. But I think it's time we had a serious conversation.
Absolutely. What are these negotiations between the Freemasons and the Priory about?
Because of our common heritage, there's certain wisdom and property that's shared. And now that the dispute over the bloodline heir is coming to a head, these things must be settled.
So, you think the kidnapping is a response to Sinclair's manuscript, to its positioning you as the head of the bloodline?
It's not just the manuscript, but yes,
Have you received any demands from the kidnappers, or...
No. Look, I'm willing to give up my claim forever if that's what they want, as long as my son is safe. But we don't even know who to contact to make such a concession. The Priory swears they're not responsible, and no one else has come forward. My God, I'm at the end of my rope.
Perhaps it's not political.
If I let myself even consider that it might be the night visitors, I can't imagine what they would want with...
I'm sorry. I know how awful this is. What about the Priory? What do they have that you want?
The Priory controls the treasure the Templars couldn't take with them to Scotland because it was embedded in the very landscape.
The treasure of Rennes-le-Château?
Yes, but they're not to touch it until we've agreed on a treaty. You see, we have things they want too.
You're trying to get permits to excavate out here, aren't you?
I don't know where you heard such a thing. But I admit we have been hedging our bets, in case negotiations go badly.
What kind of property do the Freemasons have?
We have a few of the treasures that have always been sacred to the descendants of Moses.
Like what? The Ark of the Covenant? Something like that?
I'm not at liberty to say, but the bloodline treasures are dispersed. Whoever takes the mantle, in the end will want them. All of them.
Do you consider yourself to be a bloodline descendant, Prince James?
Well, it may sound foolish to you, but a belief in our lineage and the responsibility that it brings has been the motivation behind everything the Stuarts have done for centuries. You see, we take our heritage very seriously.
Does the grapevine motif mean anything to you? Viticulture in general?
Yes. The wine of communion represents the blood of Jesus, and the grape represents his body. And the grapevine, in some circles, represents the desposony, the house of David. You have heard Jesus called the fruit of David, I assume.
Of course.
Where did you see such a motif, Mr. Knight?
Oh, it's in the church.
What about my son, Mr. Knight? I'm willing to tell you certain things, but please, have you learned anything new?
I've narrowed it down to a few suspects. In fact, I was going to follow up on that right now.
Very well. Mesme and I will continue our own efforts. We'll see you back here this evening, then.
Absolutely. And, try not to worry.
I do appreciate your tenaciousness, Mr. Knight.
Yeah? I've had shots for that, but never mind. I'll see you.
What an extraordinary man.
Uh-oh. It's Marceau.
The chateau is closed, Monsieur Knight.
I noticed. Well, I didn't see a buzzer down at the gate, so I had to come up. Now, I hate to bother y'all, but I'm leaving the area today, and I really need to ask Mr. Montreux just a few more teensy questions. Oh, please.
Oh, wait here.
My apologies, Mr. Knight. It is a very bad day for visitors.
Boy, I've had some of those. This is probably really inconvenient, but I'm leaving France today, and I was hoping to feature Sarah's in my article. You made quite an impression on me.
Did I?
Oh, yeah. What I was really hoping was to snag a few more bottles of that Merlot. My editors won't let me give anything 5 stars unless they've tasted it, and boy, that Merlot deserves 5 stars.
Oh, well then, I applaud your taste. Of course I can get you more bottles. I'll have Marceau open the tasting room.
Actually, I'm guessing, well, you guys have a wine cellar. Am I right?
Yes.
Could we go down there and get the wine? It'd make a much more romantic opening for my article. I could just make it up, but as you said yourself, God is in the details.
I don't believe I said that, but I couldn't agree more. I'll take you down myself.
Oh, wow. I knew this place would be great. I was reading about those Roman mines they had around here. Does this cellar attach to anything, like that?
No. Ah, here it is, the 76 Merlot.
I've been thinking about what you said. About how the breeding of grapes is like the breeding of people.
That is not what I said.
Oh, it's a terrific analogy. Maybe even the angle on my new story. So would you say this Merlot is like, say, a king of wines? Or just a gorgeous camel? Look at that. God, am I an idiot?
No, please, don't bother. It's...
Ow!
Oh my, you cut yourself.
Oh, it's nothing.
You are asking about the wine? No, not a prince. Our little Merlot. Then again, it's not exactly wine in the box either. But yes, it's eminently drinkable.
Right. Oh, gosh, look at the time. I have that flight to catch. Thanks. See myself out. God. Hey, it's open. Uh-oh. What's up there?
Most sacred. After tonight, the adepts will converge in Cairo.
Oh, shit.
Voila, Mission Knight. What are you?
Look, it's the man from the train.
Where could he be? No one's in there. No one's in there.
No.
That was Wilkes' room. I can't believe he's dead. Hi, Simone. Have you seen Mr. Knight?
No, not this evening. Is he, missing, mademoiselle?
Missing? Oh, no, I didn't know if he had gotten back yet. Thanks. Oh, God. I heard Lady Howard mention some Egyptian artifacts that were found here.
I don't know what you mean.
If I show you my copy of Le Serpent Rouge, will you tell me about the Egyptian artifacts?
Follow me. Good. Lily's having a bath. Oh, she's been so distraught lately. She hasn't been in the mood to talk about the mystery. Dr. Wen found these objects when he was digging here 20 years ago. He became convinced that the Wren mystery was deeply tied with Egyptology. He believes there's a seed of alien wisdom buried here, a seed similar to that planted in Egypt.
Huh. So, where did Dr. Wen find these artifacts anyway?
On the back of Mount Cardew, in a cave. He said it headed off into further caverns, but he never got the chance to explore them before his accident.
His accident?
Yes. Didn't you know?
Oh, my.
That cave is on private land now. Not that it matters. It was just one of the many storage caves of the Atlanteans. The seed itself is the real treasure. It was placed based on cosmic alien logic. Unfortunately, Dr. Wen's latest calculations still seem to be a bit off.
I'm not surprised. That cosmic alien logic's a bitch. Can I just look at the pictures, please?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
What's this?
Dr. Wen never identified it. Odd, isn't it?
Can I borrow this photograph? I promise I'll get it back to you.
In exchange for Le Serpent Rouge?
Deal. I better go. Good luck, Estelle.
Thank you, Grace. Of course, I wish you the same.
Hi, Grace.
Hi. What are you guys doing?
Oh, we hold the Ecumenical Conference of Spies.
However, we already have one American present.
Not the one you want, though, huh? Oh, well, can't win them all.
Bit.
Where is Gabe, by the way? Any, news?
I haven't heard from him. I'll let you know if I do.
Okay.
I don't want to talk to them again right now. I don't want to talk to them again right now. Maybe I should just follow him.
Please.
The reverence is not for you.
I know that.
You should not be here. You should not be anywhere near this place.
They do not know I'm here.
You had better hope not. We have enough to worry about with the baby.
Has there been any confirmation that he's the Kanosh Kanaya?
No, the signs are ambiguous. We won't know for certain until he's old enough to show his will.
But if you do not know, they cannot know either.
I'm certain they do not, but they will take his blood anyway, and it may be enough.
Of course, we must stop them.
How? You have been watching Mr. Knight?
Yes, you were right about his family. He has his own destiny to fulfill in all of this, and the girl has found the entrance to the temple.
It may be too late. We're almost out of time.
Not until midnight. I have tried to prepare them as best I could, but it is almost cruel to send him in.
Do you foresee something?
I have told you, I will not foretell the outcome, but the forces arrayed below will be terrible.
He will not be sent alone. When can we start?
Give me time to speak with him. I will call you at the villa.
Very well. Till then.
Oh my God, what is going on? It's an empty water bottle. I'm pretty sure it's Estelle's. I got one. I've overheard enough. I don't think that would accomplish anything.
New email.
I can't scan that into Sydney. To mix blood distills gold. Mixing blood to create the elixir of life. The Philosopher's Stone. Montreux and his pals are into some weird blood cult thing. I think they're the vampires. I think that's right. I don't want to unlink it. I think that's right. I don't want to unlink it.
Working. Working.
Estelle! She was the one who left Le Serpent Rouge? I don't think I'm going to learn anything new from Estelle. I think it's time we had a talk, Mr. Baza. You left that copy of Le Serpent Rouge at the museum for me, didn't you?
Yes.
And the little notes at the center of the circle and the arms of the hexagram.
Guilty as charged.
I don't get it. If you wanted to help Gabriel and I, why didn't you just be open about it?
I must be very careful that certain people do not know that I am here.
You're part of the secret brotherhood, aren't you? You and Mesme.
You are correct about Mesme. He is with the Brotherhood, but I am not. I haven't been for some time.
And Montreux, he's one of the others, the ones who steal the blood?
Yes. They call themselves adepts of the Holy Blood, but they are vampires, pure and simple.
I don't understand. Why doesn't the Brotherhood just stop the vampires?
If you are to understand what we're up against, you must know the whole story. Listen. The secret brotherhood are the weavers of the bloodline. It is a process intricately linked to the stars. The birth of the Divine One, the one the Brotherhood calls the Kenosh Kenaya, can only happen during certain planetary alignments with the constellation Osiris. Just over 2,000 years ago was the last such configuration. The Brotherhood was expecting something profound. They tried frantically to read the signs and omens. There were many branches of the bloodline, even back then. One was the House of David, and it was to this branch that the signs pointed. So the Brotherhood used their influence and a bit of magic to convince the current heir, Joseph, to marry his betrothed before the date prescribed by Jewish tradition. Mary conceived. The signs for the birth were auspicious, a conjunction of two planets, Jupiter and Mercury. This created a star, a certain sign of success. But the Jewish king, Herod, heard of the birth of a Davidic heir and threatened the infant's life. The Brotherhood took the family to Egypt, and the young god was reared there, tutored in the ways of the infinite.
So Jesus was the Kenosh Kenaya?
Oh, yes. He was what we had awaited. The open portal between man and the infinite. The one who could see the fabric of the universe and alter it at will.
Wow.
But he was also a Jew. Jesus insisted on studying the Torah, learning his heritage. As he read the tales, he became convinced that he was the Jewish Messiah. From the Brotherhood's point of view, it was a limited ambition. And yet, who were we to tell the Divine One what he was or was not?
What happened?
He returned to Jerusalem. A few of the Brotherhood went with him to watch over him. What we didn't realize, perhaps because we were not Jews, was that Jesus intended to fulfill the prophecies. All of them.
What about the vampires? Where do they come in?
I will try to explain. You see, the Brotherhood collected blood samples for study and testing before they selected brides. There were certain magical rites performed. There had always been rumors that some of these priests had dared imbibe the blood to steal power for themselves. Of course, such things were taboo, and when these rumors surfaced among the initiates, they were harshly scolded. But when Jesus was being reared in Egypt, there was a young initiate who envied his strange abilities. He began to whisper to his friends that to truly serve the Kenosh Kenaya, the priesthood ought also to be immortal, just like the Kenosh Kenaya himself.
Jesus was immortal?
In a sense. He could reweave the fabric of his body at will, just as he could those of others. He could have healed his own wounds, but he chose to perform the sacrifice the prophecies demanded. It wouldn't have been much of a sacrifice had he rescinded.
So what happened with the young initiate?
His name was Sine. And one of the boys he persuaded was Ali, son of the Brotherhood's headmaster. Ali wasn't a bad boy, but he loved Jesus and liked the idea of living with him forever. Fortunately, he approached his father about it one night. When the headmaster heard of the heresy, he exploded. Sine and his followers were expelled. Only Ali remained, having repented his ignorance. But Sine and his followers didn't give up. Sine grew bitter. He decided they would steal the blood. He kept his eyes on the conclave, but could never get close. When Jesus left for Jerusalem, they managed to keep it secret from Sine. He did not arrive in Israel until it was too late.
So Sine's group, the Adepts, are still after the blood.
Even worse, they found it. Jesus had heirs, 2 sons. That was the one thing he did agree to do for the Brotherhood's sake. His sons were only human. They'd missed the window of Osiris, but they survived to have descendants.
Now the window is open again.
Yes.
Is the baby, Charlie, the Kanosh Kanaya?
We do not know. It depends on how well the vine has been woven. It depends on many things. Sadly, it may not matter. Where the Brotherhood has woven for 2,000 years, the Adepts have tasted. The bloodline grew too broad for the Brotherhood to protect each descendant every minute. And as the vampires succeeded in stealing here and there, they grew in power and in corruption. They will resort to anything for the blood, blackmail, murder, even black magic.
They've been mixing the blood as you have, but in their own bodies.
Exactly. And they've been doing it for so many generations that they have changed, physically. It is a result of the blood, but even more, the result of corruption. You see, the power they have is stolen. It is not theirs. Even so, they are strong. The Brotherhood does not taste of the forbidden fruit. They're no match for the Adepts anymore. And the baby's blood may be enough to tip them over the threshold, even if he's not all we think he might be.
So, what will happen if they take his blood?
Montreux will be king of the world. Rex Mundi incarnate.
God. Ah, it's Gabriel. Thank heaven.
Thank heaven indeed. We have quite nearly run out of time. May we meet in your room, Ms. Nakamura?
So they chased me for miles. Good thing I had the Harley.
God is good.
Yeah, vanity works too.
It's time we talked about the temple. We must reach the Holy of Holies before midnight.
The temple?
I've been trying to tell you. Sydney helped me find it.
There will be traps to keep out the uninitiated.
He means those who are not initiated into the mysteries.
Gabe's read a lot of mysteries, haven't you, bud?
No, my friend. The hermetical mysteries. This is why Mesme must go with you. I would go, but I dare not risk it while the Adepts are down there.
I'd like to go.
I was hoping you would stay here with me, Grace. We can use Mesme's radio to stay in contact with the others. They may need some of your computer expertise.
But...
3. 3 is the number that will best protect the group. Myself, Gabriel, and I believe Mr. Mosley is a trained police officer?
Hell yeah, I'll go. I got a gun in my room. But, there aren't really any vampires down there. Are there?
A few. If I know Montreux, he will admit only his most trusted allies tonight. For such a prize as the baby, he might be challenged. His kind are not known for their loyalty.
Yikes.
What about the treasure?
God willing, we must remove it to safer keeping.
Wait a minute. This is about the kid. I'm not putting my butt on the line so you guys can get rich.
It's not what you think.
I assure you, the baby is the first priority for us all.
Just don't get too far ahead of me, bucko. Now let's see that map.
Where is this thing?
We are very close.
She said it was... Yep, she was right.
Whoa.
Here goes nothing.
Be careful.
Was that really necessary?
Stop whining. Look at this place.
Wait. Everything here could be a trap.
What? You want to lead?
No. Just be wary. Mosley and I will follow.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Hey, I got one open.
Excellent, Mr. Knight. Keep moving. We'll be right behind you.
Be careful, bud.
So much for safety in numbers. And a pendulum. Gee, wonderful. I don't have time for that now. 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 I'm starting to really hate this place. Gracie, can you give me a rundown on the meaning of the circle?
It represents eternity, fertility, and perfection.
Okay. Gold ingots. I could just pick them up and try to go home, but I have a feeling this room would be prepared to stop me. Hey! Works for me.
I don't hear anything. Just walking. There's something I've been wondering. I read about the vampires looking for the wandering Jew. He really exists, doesn't he? And it has something to do with the blood of Jesus?
Yes, Grace.
But it's not the way the legends claim, is it? Jesus cursing someone to go on.
No.
The vampires didn't get the blood of Jesus, but someone else did.
Ah, yes. Ali, the headmaster's son, was among those who accompanied Jesus back to Jerusalem. For 3 years he watched Jesus teach. It was, well, amazing. But in the end, neither he nor his father could stop Jesus from his course. The day of the crucifixion, Ali's father was so ill with grief that he had to be carried from Golgotha. Only Ali was left to keep vigil. Ali could not believe it was ending. All the promise of the Kanosh Kanaya, all the centuries of planning were being destroyed. Jesus was allowing it to be destroyed. Something in him rebelled. He remembered Sine's words, and in his grief and rage, he thought he might be able to save the blood in himself. He did not mean to become the Kanosh Kanaya. You must understand that. He simply could not watch that hope spill into the ground. So he drank it.
Why hast thou forsaken me?
Your fingertips are worn smooth, but I don't get it. If you've got the power of the Kanosh Kanaya, why didn't you stop the vampires a long time ago?
I promised my father I would not use the power. Never. Not for anything. It is not mine to use. It was the only way I could live with what I had done.
Never? Not for anything?
No, Grace. Not for anything.
But that must be...
It is all right. There is work to be done. Do you hear anything now?
Damn it! Can we stop with the falling stuff already?